Man, that was a tough game to watch at the end. Jeez. Raptors lose Game 5, 106-105 to the Golden State Warriors. Kyle Lowry misses the game-winning shot at the buzzer. It was tipped by Draymond Green. If people haven't seen it, it was blocked. Lowry does not miss it that bad. And the Raptors go on to Game 6 on Thursday in Oracle to close it out one more time. Their second attempt. Raptors played a tough, gritty game, just unable to close it out at the end. Tons of things to pick apart, what you should have done, what Nick Nurse should have done, how you should have defended. We'll go deep into all that. But the main questions that come up again and again was KD's injury. How severe is it? He played in this game and he played amazing before he went down again with the injury. This time they have confirmed. Bob Myers of the Golden State Warriors confirmed it is an Achilles injury and he is out for the rest of the playoffs and probably out for the next season. Tough to watch. Definitely don't want that to happen as a basketball fan. I know some Raptor fans were cheering for that injury, but you don't want to cheer on for an injury. It's a basketball play. It can happen to anybody. And prayers out to KD. Hopefully he comes back healthy and hopefully he plays next season. But it's tough to see whether he comes back 100% healthy because Achilles injuries are usually a killer for basketball players, especially at his size. So we'll see what KD comes back in 2020. Hopefully comes back stronger and healthier than ever. Prayers up for KD. But the Raptors could not defend KD early on, and his impact really helped Steph Curry jump out to a fast start. He had 14 in the first quarter. KD had 11, and they jumped out to an early lead, pounding the Raptors from deep. And that was the story in this game. The Warriors were shooting the ball lights out in this game. 20 of 42 from 3. It's just one of those nights where the Splash Bros were hitting their 3-point shot. And you expect one of those games every now and then in the playoffs against those two guys. And you know what? The Raptors ran into a hot 2 shooters today. And you know what? They paid the price because they allowed these guys to shoot too many shots. 27 threes given to Steph Curry and Klay Thompson to shoot, and that's way too many 3-point shots to give to those two great shooters. Kyle Lowry spoke about this in the post game. You cannot give those guys double-digit amount of attempts from deep. They're gonna make you pay. You have to make the other guys beat you. Iguodala, Draymond Green, Cousins, whoever it was, you had to make those guys pay, and they all played well in this game. Don't get me wrong, but 3-point shooting, let those guys shoot and stick with your defending the rest of the guys, because you know what, you can scramble and get to those guys, but KD, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson cannot shoot the basketball. Even though KD left in that second quarter, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, only 2 guys you had to watch out for, and the Raptors didn't do a good job of doing that. Another thing that we talked about all throughout this game, why did Nick Nurse call that timeout with 3:05 left in the game? Raptors up by 6 at this point, and Kawhi Leonard was on his 10-0 run. It looked like the Warriors were exhausted and stuff, but I thought the timeout was okay. He gave Kawhi a rest and the rest of the guys a breather. Try getting a good play out of the timeout, even though it did end up being a fadeaway 2 by Kawhi Leonard that barely grazes the rim or maybe even air balls. It was a timeout that Nick Nurse wanted to take because he would have lost it after the 3-minute mark, but it really helped out the Golden State Warriors after looking back at it, because the Warriors then went on their run. Klay Thompson 3, Steph Curry 3, Klay Thompson 3, and that's all she wrote, as the Warriors came back and stole this game with 3 minutes left down in this game. Raptors were up by 6, and then after that, Klay Thompson 3 after pump faking Kawhi Leonard out of his boots. That's all she wrote, because the Raptors scrambled to get a good look for Kyle Lowry at the end and barely got any space because Draymond Green tips it, and that's how the game ended. Another reason why Nick Nurse will get a lot of scrutiny in this game is why didn't Nick Nurse call a timeout on the last possession to get a better look? But you know what, sometimes you let the game just flow. Some coaches just let the players handle it and see if they can get a nice matchup on just a free play and trying to see if they can get a good look that way. But the Warriors were ready, and Nick Nurse maybe should have called a timeout in hindsight, but some of those plays you just live with and you see the results. It's easy to scrutinize a guy after seeing the play, but the Raptors did not execute well down the stretch, and that really hurt the Raptors, both on the defensive end, allowing Curry and Thompson to be the shooters to get them back in the game, and then offensively, they just didn't bring it to get high, efficient shots on the other end. Even though Kyle Lowry got some open looks, the Raptors didn't get enough good looks down the stretch to seal this game and hold off the Warriors' late run. So major reasons the Raptors lost this game: poor offensive execution down the stretch, defensive IQ and strategy. Not allowing those guys to shoot the basketball was a problem. Raptors shot the ball poorly in this game. Can't say any more about that. 8 of 32 from 3, 25%, which is super poor. On the other hand, the Warriors are 20 of 42 from 3. A game where the Warriors scored 23s. It's just not going to happen again. And the Warriors just shot lights out, and that's all they needed because the Raptors dominated every single category in this game. A couple bad bounces here and there led to wide open looks on offensive rebounds for the Warriors. The Warriors made great use of the Raptors' poor turnovers on live ball turnovers because the Warriors got open looks for 3 and just made the Raptors pay every time. Raptors just could not get over that hump. They were trailing most of this game. They kept clawing back, but all that energy spent away and they just didn't have it to seal this game. Kawhi Leonard was one of those guys who had a poor game, but when you look at the stats, he looks like he had a very average balanced game there, but that late 10-0 run by him really boosted up his stats because he was having a poor game, both passing the basketball with 5 turnovers. He was getting hacked all over the game, no calls being made, but he's got to power through, got to pass the ball faster, got to be a decisive decision maker. That's one thing that Kawhi Leonard is really working on, his passing ability out of the double teams, and that really didn't show up because he shot the ball poorly in this one. He had 5 turnovers. Just not a typical Kawhi Leonard playoff game that you expect from your superstar, as the Warriors steal Game 5 heading back to their house. Guys who played well in this game and guys who didn't play well in this game are quite obvious. Guys who did play well, even though you may not see it at first, I believe Kyle Lowry played a great game. Marc Gasol played a great game. Serge, Van Vliet all chipped in good minutes, scored the basketball efficiently. But guys who really needed to improve and really needed that extra oomph to actually get the Raptors to this W. Danny Green, who had wide open looks, just couldn't knock him down. Had his hand on a couple offensive rebounds, couldn't pull those down either. Was pretty much a non-factor on the offensive end. Really hurt the Raptors on that side. Pascal Siakam was benched in the fourth quarter due to his poor three-point shooting, and the Warriors just disrespected him on the three-point line, allowed him to be open multiple times. He just couldn't knock down the open shot all game long, and the Warriors were happy letting Pascal Siakam being open, and that really killed the Raptors because the spacing was bad, the turnovers just started piling up, and the Pascal Siakam was pretty much unplayable. And if he is your number 2 scorer, he's got to make those open shots when he gets them, at least one of them, to just have them respect you, because Draymond Green hit a 3, and then Cousins hit a 3, and you know what, the guys who are missing shots most of the time were making shots for the Warriors. Iggy hit a 3 as well. Quinn Cook comes off the bench, hits a 3 as well. Everybody was chipping in for the Warriors. All you need was Danny Green or Pascal Siakam to hit 1-3. They were 0 of 8 combined. Not to mention Lowry was 1 of 6. Leonard was 2 of 7. The list goes down on how many guys missed 3-point shots a day. But those 2 guys especially need to improve and bounce back for next game, because the Raptors must close out in Game 6, because you do not want a Game 7, because that just adds more pressure to yourself. You have an opportunity now to close them out one more time. You cannot risk a Game 7. So Raptors got to get that focus, get in the gym, practice more shots, and let it rip, guys. As they said in the game previously, let it rip. Don't look back. Just take out confidence, and the Raptors will win the next game. Come on, Raptors. Let's get it. Game 6, baby. Don't give up, boys. Keep your head high. We got another game. Game 6 on Thursday. Get some rest. Look at the film, and we'll bounce back big time. Until next time. Peace. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to the Raptors Wrap Up. Smash that like button, guys. Until next time. Deuces.